Beyond the good quality pay, an average employee needs a productive and healthy workplace, which is critical for productivity and efficiency. Now, the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria is the regulatory body for the practice of human resource management in Nigeria. This institute urges HR professionals to build a personalized learning culture and establish metrics for valuing human capital. To deliver these for effective organizational and change management, HR is needed to be effective in its delivery, successfully bridging the gap between employees and the organization. So let's talk this through by speaking with the President and Chairman Governing Council of CIPM, Olusegun Majid. Thank you so much for being on TVC Breakfast.
Thank you, Brian, for having me.
Right. Let me start by asking you how reliable the human resources or the human resource management is to workers.
Well, human resource management is the management of workers, is the management of people. Because there are times when you use the word workers, people think that you are talking, about the low-level people, but we are all workers. In fact, our maker is a worker. He worked for 6 days and rested the 7th day. So, human resource management is about people, however, not about just people alone, but about people and performance.
So talk to us about, the CIPM itself. What does it really mean? Chartered Institute of Personnel Management?
Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria. Yes, that is CIPM.
Okay.
And the personnel there, just you can put people, you can put human capital. I mean, maybe in the future somebody is going to put Homo sapien there, but we're talking about people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what do they do?
Okay. Well, like you read in your introduction, the CIPM is the only body backed by law to manage human resources, to manage people working in this land. And by that, we mean that everything about your work life, the way you perform your duty, the way you deliver on assigned work as a professional is the business of the CIPM. And what that means, ladies and gentlemen, is that if you say you are practicing this profession, you must be a professional. And that takes me to who is a professional. A professional is that person who has been trained, who has subjected himself to the ethics of a particular trade, which you want to call profession. This time around, the business of managing people.
Right.
That is who a professional is. Therefore, what is required of anyone in this business of managing people is a membership of our institute, especially within the geographical expression called Nigeria. We are going to come back to the global aspect of it in any moment from now. So at least for now, let's start from this point of view that you practicing HR in this land, you need to be part of this only recognized body. Let no man deceive you that, this institute is backed by the law of the land, the Act of Parliament number 58 of 1992, to regulate this profession and also to see to what we will likely call the betterment of these professionals. That is why we are here. You begin to wonder, where have we been? We've been here. All along we have been towing the path of moral suasion, the path of advocacy, to talk to people out there who are practicing people management, to come around, to come under this umbrella. Because what this umbrella does, it also takes care of you as a professional. Apart from grooming you on a daily basis, apart from improving on your professional capability, this umbrella is also there for you if only you will come, and if you have issues, for instance, if you have matters that we can also assist you in. That is why we are, constantly, liaising with employers of labor. I told you moral suasion here. Yeah. That please, if you have people practicing this, in your business, and they are not affiliated with us, they are not members of our institute. You are just, dealing with people you may at best call practitioners or quacks.
The question somebody would ordinarily ask is, if you're an ICANN, if you're a chartered accountant and you're not a member of ICANN, it may be very difficult for you to practice in a very reputable organization. Yeah. So why do you have to employ moral suasion to get people to working under you, despite being promulgated as an act?
We manage people. That's our business. And believe me, when you talk of people, there are complexities. There are complexities, and that is where, the institute, comes in to say, okay, fine, we're people, let's start at that point. That's the starting point. But I can assure you, Ibrahim, that going forward, we are going to, revisit that particular act of parliament, and we are going to collaborate with employers, and of course with, with regulatory authorities, and there will soon be enforcement of that. And, part of the challenge also is that human resource does not exist for the private sector alone. In the private sector, rather, we are not doing badly. We have collaborators and so on. In the public sector too, there is human resources there, and there's this saying I have, and I have been saying this, and I want to say it's a little bit original to me, that if the private sector thinks that we are comfortable and that we're doing well with our human resources, and we think we can neglect the public sector, we are joking, because if the public sector packs up today, everybody will disappear. That's number one. So that is why we are so glad we are working with the public sector. I'm so proud to mention what we have done with the Lagos State public sector. Believe years ago we started during my predecessors. I want to pay special homage to my predecessors, people who have been there before me, who have been presidents before me. Some of them are still alive. Our founding president, Paomola Ale, is still very much alive. Pa Christopher Kolade, still very much alive. So I pay homage. Pa Azuka Diali, these are founders of the institute.
Quite notable names.
Yes, they've done works in the past, and also the recent past presidents. They got into partnership with Lagos State government. We were able to professionalize the admin sector of the Lagos State, and now you have core HR people managing people in that state. So no wonder the state is ahead of others. So that is the kind of thing we have done with the government sector. Also at the federal level, we are working with the office of the the head of service. In fact, we refer to the head of service as the chief HR officer of the federation. We're also working from that angle to professionalize human resource in the public sector. That is where to go.
For people who may not really understand the role of human resource management, let's try to simplify it. Because, for instance, in Nigeria, the unemployment rate is pegged at 35%.
Okay.
And what role do you think the HR professionals actually play to help people secure employment, and those who are already engaged are also able to keep their jobs?
Okay. Now, a core function of the CIPM is actually upgrading its members. We have various avenues by which we upgrade our members. There are what we call professional exams. Yes. There are what we call mandatory, continuous professional exam for members. Even with organizations, we collaborate with organizations. There are awards, on an annual basis. We have what we call HR Best Practice Award. We have the HR Optimization Award. We have the HR Inclusion Award. These are things we do with organizations to collaborate. And when it comes to providing employment, as long as you have professionals managing the HR role in your organization, that professional knows what to do in throwing vacancies open. No nepotism. Whatever vacancy you have in your organization, throw it open there. Try and get the best. In fact, with the rate with which people are, emigrating outside the country, which we call, the nickname is Japa, So we are beginning to face situations where you advertise for particular position and you are going through tons of CVs. But we keep encouraging from the institute angle, please do the due diligence and give the job to the best qualified person out there. And what you need is the organization to have a professional HR person in charge. And that will be done, and you will have the best. We still have good people in this land and ready to take up that appointment. It may be temporarily before they probably find something else, but that is what we are doing. We are collaborating also with employers. E.g., you can see, our role is very, very key. You can see the number of fake recruitment agencies and recruitment adverts you see out there. Our institute is coming in to say, look, if you're looking for the best people, come around to us, ask us. We are ready to. We have a database of CVs. You can turn to us anytime, and our members know this, and they take advantage of this often. And our secretariat is there. We are revamping the secretariat also to meet the needs. If you know how much we are spending on our IT project, is much just to assist our members. That is what you get by being a member of the CIPM.
So is CIPM actually recognized globally? What they do, is it only restricted to Nigeria, or is it a global body, a part of a global body?
I can assure you that it is a global body. The world has become a capsule, not even a village again.
Global village.
I can tell you that in the recent weeks, we have had our members who have immigrated to foreign lands writing back to us that they need their transcripts. In other words, their employers over there are asking them. We have had one ask, writing back to say, he needs his certificate, and they are still paying their subscriptions. There's another one that says, look, I need my HRPL, I want to print it out and so on. You can also, all we need to do is to direct such a person to go to the site and get it. So in other words, once you can say that this is who you are and you are a member of CIPM, it is recognized, not only about getting a job, even when you are attending an international conference, they want to know if you are a member of CIPM, and it gives you an advantage in such a place. So it's a global body, but we are not stopping there. We're not stopping there. The younger ones are coming into this profession, and some of them are attracted by those foreign, I don't want to mention them, but by those foreign certifications. We have already started in this administration to begin to link up with those foreign body, get them satisfied. Some of my predecessors are already, they've already linked us up with some international professional bodies, like I can mention those ones, like the CIPD, like the ATD, and so on, and we are keeping on with that. However, at the level of the entry level of professionalization and certifications, we have already started in CIPM to liaise with those foreign certification bodies, so that, when you have the CIPM diploma, call it the ACIPM, that is the beginning, you can actually use that to get your foreign certification. All we need to do is to look at, we look at the two syllable, yes, or the curriculum, the curricula of the two institutes, and then we look at what is missing here. What is missing? I want to tell you what we have done so far. If you look at those foreign certifications, it's not likely you will see Nigerian labor law there, which is very important. It's not likely you're going to see industrial relations, which is very important. These are things that are not going to go away. Industrial relation is not going to go away tomorrow. So those are the kind of, so once we see that, we can just tell these foreign partners, okay, your students can just do this, and they are qualified. These are things we are bringing before the council. By the way, the council is the highest organ and the highest approval authority in CIPM. So when we are ready with this, we bring it before the council. The advantages are enormous.
Right. Quite interesting. Yeah. So apart from the fact that you go to school to study personnel management and all of these courses that are quite related, there's some people who will feel, okay, I'm certified in another field, but I'm quite interested. So how does one become a member of your organization if they want to?
Yes, we have various routes. The ones I've just described are the students who are coming in, young people coming, and we are creating an enormous platform for the young people. They are the future, or even of our institute. And apart from that, we also have what we call the experience route. At the first level, we call it the practitioners route. If you have done human resource management, even in the civil service, you may just be doing administration. What we want you to do is present your papers. Let us look at what you have. If you are qualified enough to come in through the practitioner route, fine, you'll still get your CIPM. If not, we ask you to go through the student route. The senior and the more experienced one, we call it the executive route.
Yes.
You can come in and get an MCIPM, but that still has to do, you will have to go through the rigor of interviews. We look at what you have. We know that what you say you have is what you have, because you're going to also still face a panel of experienced committee members. So those are the various routes. I know that we also have the military, the paramilitary route also, and a couple of other routes are being suggested, and the council is looking at those opportunities to give people the opportunity, people who have the experience, people who have been there, people who are already doing this work, the experience of not subjecting them to the examination route.
If you're a member of a body, you're there not only to guide them or to compensate them in any way that you want to compensate them. Is there also something, I don't want to use the word punitive measure, because the moral ethical standards, whenever they are breached, how does your body, institute, come in?
Apart from having our core values that, we have it in acronym of SCRIPT, service, creativity, integrity, professionalism, and so on, respect, and so on. Yeah. Apart from having the core values, which we live by, we also have our code of ethics. Our code of ethics is very, I may not remember everything. One of the reasons is that we respect the laws of the land. Another one is that, please, don't hesitate to resign from that job if it clashes with what we believe in in the interest of your organization that you work for and the interest of CIPM. Therefore, the CIPM is well organized, well coordinated. The CIPM has an ethics and mediation committee. If we have that case reported to us, the first place it goes to is the Ethics and Mediation Committee. We have a current one. I will be glad to mention it, of some group of people who think that they can, through the back door, hack into an LMS of an organization. Students, exams. Yeah. There's an LMS platform that are being used by some members to do this, to teach their students, and some people are already, going without any authority to copy them and want to resell. For me, that is unethical. So it's been reported, and the committee looking into it has started looking into it already. Yes, if the case is reported to us, we will take care of it. I'm serious. The institute will sit there. The council will sit there. What we do is that most of the time we seek collaboration with employers also, where our members are working. If there are issues, we are open. The institute is ready to take up such issues for the sake of this profession of human resources management. Some of us were privileged to have done this for not less than 35 years, and I still have seniors who have done it more than those years. They are still in the business. As we are speaking today, some of them are tuning, and so that is what the institute stands for. If the case is brought to us, we are ready to look into the case for the sake of our profession and for the sake of the institute.
Well, I know that lots and lots of reputable organizations are actually, they have HR and they have people that are quite professional. Yeah. Just for instance, our own organization, we don't have it in form of HR, we have it in form of PCO, people, culture, experience, and all that.
So people has it as human capital, so on, and some people are still using personnel.
Right. So on a final note, what's your final thought on this particular thing? It's in people's interest, the professionals' interest, to be part of CIPM. What's your final thought on this?
Well, I just want to say this, that over the years, we've been going through the route of moral suasion. We have been going through the route of advocacy. We just want to say this, that this is the time to to be part of this institute, for the values we bring to the table. They are enormous. Like I said earlier, that this period may not be enough. I will be so glad. Absolutely. I will be so glad to be back here and to see that, look, for your interest as a professional, this is the institute of choice for people management. By the way, that is our vision. And I'm so glad you've just referred to this place. Kemi Shonubi is a prominent member of our institute, and we are so proud of her. So I just want to say this, that by the grace of God, we are not resting on our oars. We'll continue, and we'll continue to reach out there to those who we just refer to out of respect as practitioners. The other name for them will be quack. So
thank you very kindly. We are enjoying our own HR department. Really, really fantastic people, there, and so proud that they are also part of your body. Thank you very kindly, President and Chairman, Governing Council of CIPM.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ibrahim, and thank you, TVC, for bringing us.
I've actually learned so much about this too.
Thank you very much.